So, we're going to talk about something that's quietly running a huge part of your digital life, whether you realize it or not: the recommendation algorithm. And trust me, this isn't just about what video you watch next. It's about how you think, what you feel, and maybe even who you're becoming.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You pop open an app and you tell yourself, okay, just one quick video. That's it. We've all been there.
And then, bam, where did the last 3 hours go? Suddenly you're deep down some bizarre rabbit hole you never, ever planned on exploring. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not an accident. That was all part of the plan. So, what is this invisible force that led you to the raccoons? Let's get into it. The easiest way to think about it is like a librarian, but a librarian that's on steroids, knows you better than you know yourself, and works at, superhuman speed. At its very core, it's basically a prediction machine. Its one and only job is to watch everything you do, every click, every pause, to guess what tiny piece of content will keep you glued to that screen for just one more minute, one more click, one more video. So how on earth does it get so good at predicting what you'll do? Well, it's not just looking at what you've watched before. No, it's way smarter than that. It's analyzing what you skip, how long you hover over a thumbnail before you click, and kind of creepily, it's watching what people just like you are watching. And maybe most important of all, it learns what kind of stuff keeps anyone, anywhere, hooked the longest. It's this incredibly powerful, constantly learning feedback loop. Okay, so this is where things get a little dark. Because these systems aren't just giving you helpful suggestions. They are meticulously, brilliantly engineered to be addictive. Let's dig into the psychology here. This quote right here just nails it. This isn't about finding you the perfect video. It's about tapping directly into the fundamental chemistry of your brain. Every single time the algorithm serves you something new and interesting, your brain gets a tiny little reward, a little hit of a chemical called dopamine. So here's how that loop works, step by step. First, the algorithm dangles something new and shiny in front of you. You see it, and you click, almost without thinking. Boom, you get that little hit of pleasure, that reward for finding something new. And just like that, your brain learns the pattern and it starts to crave another hit, and then another one. That, my friends, is the engine that drives the endless scroll. Now, this is the really important part. These algorithms, they don't just react to what you like. They actively shape your interests. You watch just one, fitness video out of curiosity, and suddenly your entire feed is a brand new lifestyle plan it's pushing on you. You click on a single political story, and before you know it, the algorithm is gently nudging you deeper and deeper into an echo chamber. You never asked for it, but it just keeps reinforcing it over and over again. Think of it like a GPS. You think it's just a helpful guide showing you the way, right? But in reality, it's deciding the entire route for you: what streets you see, the neighborhood you drive through, and the destination you end up at. So you gotta ask yourself, who's really holding the steering wheel here? So why? Why are these massive companies so invested in keeping you hooked? Well, as you might have guessed, it all comes down to the business model. It really boils down to a very simple and very famous truth about the internet. If you're not paying for the service, you're not the customer. You are the product. It's your attention that's being bought and sold. The entire game is to maximize the amount of your attention that can be sold to advertisers. And here's the unfortunate reality. Calm, nuanced, thoughtful content, it just doesn't get as many clicks as outrage, fear, and conflict. Those strong emotions are what keep you scrolling, keep you clicking, keep you engaged. So what do you think the algorithm learns to promote? Let's just be crystal clear about this. The goal is not your well-being. It's not your education or your happiness. The goal is to keep your eyeballs on their screen for as long as humanly possible. Because more time equals more ads, and more ads, well, that equals more money. Simple as that. Okay, I know that all sounds pretty bleak, but it is not a hopeless situation. You can't just unplug from these things entirely, but you can absolutely start to wrestle back some control. Let's talk about how to do that. All right, here's your game plan. First, be an active user, not a passive one. Don't just mindlessly scroll the feed. Use the search bar. Go look for things you're actually interested in. Second, consciously break out of the bubble. Go read a book, listen to a totally different podcast, visit a website you haven't been to in a while. And third, and this one's huge, learn to recognize that feeling, that magnetic pull for just one more video. That's not a personal weakness. That's you, a human, up against a billion-dollar machine that was designed to make you feel that way.
And really, that's the key to the whole thing. Once you can actually see the puppet strings, you get to decide how much you let them pull you around. That awareness, that's your most powerful weapon.
All right, so let's lock in the big takeaways here. 1. Algorithms are scarily good at predicting what you'll do next. 2. They are addictive by design, hijacking your brain's own reward system. 3. They don't just suggest things, they actively steer your interests. And 4, at the end of the day, they work for the platform's bottom line, not for you.
So I'm just going to leave you with this one question to mull over the next time you find yourself scrolling endlessly. Are you really the one making the choices, or are those choices being made for you? Something to think about.